It was a sea of yellow as thousands flocked to the Kololo Independence Grounds in Kampala, donning the National Resistance Movement party colour. Museveni, Africa's third longest governing president, is seeking a seventh term to extend his time in office into a fifth decade.
Those young people, especially the youth, they have youth programs, and the president has injected a lot of money for the youth. But those people who are in hold of those offices should find better means of conveying that money to reach the youth, especially the ghetto youth. They don't get those monies because of mishandling from many hands.
Museveni's closing address reinforced the call to vote and warned against any interference.
You go and vote.
Mugende mulonde mu mirembe.
Anybody who tries to interfere with your freedom
Omuntu yenna agezaako okutaataaganya eddembe lyo
will be crushed.
ajja kusaanyizibwawo.
I'm telling you this.
Muzeeyi kino akibakakasa.
We are ready to put an end to this indiscipline.
Heightened security measures are in place, with soldiers deployed on the streets, raising concerns among opposition groups. The Uganda Communications Commission also ordered a temporary suspension of mobile internet services, citing misinformation, electoral fraud, and incitement to violence. About 21 million registered voters are expected to cast their ballots Thursday. Crystal Onkeo, CGTN.
Well, 6 other candidates are also vying for the Uganda presidency. However, Museveni's main challenger is singer-turned-politician Robert Kyagulanyi, better known as Bobi Wine. The opposition leader has threatened mass protest against electoral malpractices in the election. This marks Wine's second presidential run following a 2021 campaign plagued by violence and allegations of fraud. Despite acknowledging that protests could trigger further violence, he emphasized the importance of peace. Wine's campaign convoy has frequently been met with tear gas fired by police. Even so, he has garnered substantial support from large youthful crowds in Kampala, reflecting discontent over declining democratic freedoms and economic opportunities.
Every day, there are 99 reasons for us to give up because it's dangerous. But there's one big reason for us to keep going. That is the love, the motivation, the support and solidarity. Yo!
Well, let's get more on the upcoming elections in Uganda. Just hours away now, we have Michael Baleke standing by for us in the Ugandan capital, Kampala, with the latest. Michael, thank you for joining us. What's the status of election preparedness for Uganda as we count down hours to the voting process?
Hi, everyone. Right now, what we know from the Electoral Commission is that they have taken to all parts of the country, all electoral materials and ballot boxes have arrived to these polling stations. We have about 50,000 polling stations across the country, more than 50,000 polling stations actually. And the Electoral Commission says every voting material and ballot box has arrived on site. Right now, they are trying to cordon off all the voting areas. You know, these are public areas, and they are cordoning them off with tape. And what we know is that the people who are going to be in this process are also have also been trained fully, and they are ready tomorrow 6 a.m. To start the process. This, of course, has come up after, of course, several months of campaigns between the incumbent President Museveni and, of course, opposition members who are running against, of course, against him. So, but the Electoral Commission says everything is in place, security is in place, and they're ready to go as of tomorrow morning.
This is understandably a massive undertaking for the Electoral Commission there. What added security measures have been put in place to ensure that the election process goes smoothly?
Yeah. Well, what we know is that, especially where I am in Kampala, we have seen in the last few hours a heavy deployment of security forces, and this is both the military and the police. They are on the streets. They have put up camps all over the city, and we are also seeing big, mechanized vehicles, loaded with soldiers and machine guns, kind of moving along the streets to show, of course, the UPDF says this is to show that the security for the electoral process is, of course, going to be, nothing will happen come tomorrow. But of course, it has also created some kind of fear among the public. We are seeing people have abandoned the city, and most of them have gone back home. Some businesses have closed because of some kind of tension is everywhere when they see men in uniform on the streets. But I would say security has been deployed. It's very heavy across the country, especially mostly in capital cities.
Right, and finally, what's the likely impact of the internet shutdown during the electioneering phase in Uganda?
Well, this has come in different ways, and it has been taken differently on the side of the government. They say this is supposed, of course, to stop and restrict misinformation, disinformation, to stop, spread of violence, violent messages during the election period. But of course, to other opposition, the opposition parties say this is stifling voices. And it's also keeping away people from monitoring the electoral process. It has also been, we have seen observers also complain on the same thing, that, social media and the internet helps people monitor the election better, but the government says no. This is supposed to keep the electoral process safe, and that to stop the spread of misinformation and any other violence like we saw in Tanzania in the last elections in December. But in the bigger picture, of course, the businesses have also shut down. Most of them that rely on the internet to operate, most of them have shut down. So this has created some kind of inconvenience to the public and businesses together. Thank you.